Hello guys, this is DNA Evolved 115. Today some pretty big news over on the Treyarch website. There's a lot of details about zombies that have dropped today. Of course, we have this nice picture of what I assume is going to be at least a mini boss in the map. However, it goes through a whole lot of details. First of all, perks. It looks like on launch there is only going to be these perks. And they all have their original purpose, with the exception of Quick Revive no longer grants you an extra life in solo. I would assume that that is something that they're going to put on a different system again, like they did in Black Ops 4. They added a couple little things here and there, and then there's Elemental Pop, which it looks like that is going to be our AATs. That's going to be a perk. Obviously, there's no perk limit, or at least that has what has been leaked. So for that, there's also an upgrade for tier 1, 2, and 3 for the perk system. I'm worried about this. I personally think that for the most part, each and every game should be about how you played. The last game that you played shouldn't affect the next game that much, but this system is very much going to create that system. Weapon rarities. This right here is where I'm kind of really worried. Black Ops 3, we were able to choose our weapon loadouts, and people loved that, especially after not liking in Black Ops 2, where you got random attachments on your weapons when you pack-a-punched every time you repack-a-punched. And so that was something that, was not very well liked. And then in Black Ops 3, you were allowed to create your own loadout. In Black Ops 4, that returned. Now, in this, it looks like the only time we're able to choose our attachments is on the loadout at the beginning of the game. Whenever we buy something on the wall or buy something out of the box, it looks like it's going to have random attachments. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. And, as it increases in quality, it's going to have more and more attachments. And I'm a little bit worried about that, because attachments being chosen is one of the few things that I liked that went from game to game. Because you didn't have to do well in the game to get XP. You just had to play a lot of them. It wasn't something that was based off of skill. And this right here is talking about some sort of crystal you have to earn. You have to do it by doing certain things in the game, blah, 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 blah. And one of them was by reaching basically high rounds is what that's not exactly what they said, but one of them is Ethereum crystals, and basically it was getting to high rounds, or being able to exfil, which will be talked about later. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And another thing is that it puts more RNG behind the box, because it's no longer, I just want this weapon. It is, now I have to hit the box not only until I get this weapon, but also until I get the correct sight. Also, it doesn't say anything about how Pack-a-Punch in here works. So Pack-a-Punch might increase your rarity by 1 level, but there's a chance that you can get it at any level out of the box. I'm not 100% sure. So with that, it looks like you are only going to be able to sorry guys, I lost my train of thought there. You are only going to be able to really choose your loadout at the very beginning of the game. And they say here that they really thought about how it would affect the early game. And they said by not choosing the M1911s, you are going to be able to get to high rounds faster, which is part of what I was worried about. However, they said that they are going to be purposely designed so that way they are a little bit weaker. And so that way you will have to switch off here pretty fast. Next up are field upgrades. And there are custom field upgrades that are custom to the Zombies mode. They don't share with the multiplayer. So there's a Frost Blast, and it's a wind that basically does a cryogenic effect, heals on you and your allies, stuff like that. Very interesting stuff. I will put a link in the description for you to check it out yourself. There's also, on top of Jug returning, an armor system, which once again I'm slightly worried about because it feels like they're making it too easy, but it could be like a situation in Black Ops 4 where the zombies are actually really hard. And so with the armor, it's a replacement for the shield. There's no more shield. And Carpenters will fill up your armor again. And it is a 360 shield that is a damage mitigation to the whole 360. Then there's also skill streaks that or score streaks that you can earn. It says something about buildables here, which has me a little bit worried. So yeah. Okay, so here's something. If you're using a chopper gunner, you can just stand still in the middle of some place and zombies will ignore you. So that's interesting. There is a looting and crafting system because the zombies will randomly drop stuff. And then there's the exfil, and this is kind of one of the bigger things. The exfil, basically on round 10 and every 5 rounds after, you can choose to try to leave the game. However, you have to hit an exfil, and it'll call in a chopper to a certain part of the map, and you have to run off and get the area cleared before you can leave. And apparently it's going to be really hard, like they're going to drop zombies on you. And you're going to get lots of Ethereum crystals and bonus XP because of that, but it is a risk. And then there's also going to be a ping system, basically the same as what they do in Warzone right now. And then they had this lovely song start about 3 minutes in. It actually starts playing something that is very akin to the old Damned song. However, before that is a completely new song. And actually, it takes that song and it shows you how he got the new song from it. And it does give a very similar vibe. Anyway, I'm kind of excited about this, but I am worried about the fact that attachments are random again. That was one of the things that drove me wild about Black Ops 2. Is, like, for example, I was okay with the sniper, but I hated having the scope on it. That's a stark contrast because I'm actually a pretty good sniper nowadays. But back then, I was just getting into gaming, and I hated the sniper scope. And I could never get it off the sniper in that game because it was random attachments. Black Ops 3, I could just take them off if I felt like it. So it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out, but there is a whole lot of interesting stuff here today. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to upload as much. It's been really crazy in my life. This is like 2 weeks without a day off. When I became a substitute teacher, I didn't expect that I would get called every single day. And I still have my job at the grocery store, and I didn't take any days off of it yet. Anyway, guys, you guys have a good day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you like the video. And I will see you later.